Hello. Hello. It's your best friend, Sarah Silverman. You know, there's this fence in my backyard to keep out the coyotes. And, you know, it's really funny because Rory was like, you should paint this fence. Like, it just looks like a prison, just black like this. And I was like, what? It's dark brown. To me, it looks like the paint is dark brown. And it was crazy to hear that he had always seen it as black. And as we continued to stare at it, I suddenly saw it as black. It looks so different. And he was like, oh shit, now I can see it as dark brown. It was just so interesting how introducing a new idea makes you literally see things differently. Meaning, like, we see the world in such a singular way, and when we let someone change our perspective just 1 degree, the whole world looks different. The whole world looks new. All right. Rory has been really into home repairs lately, and I'm loving it, needless to say. I mean, I remember when I first met him, he said, I am a dad without kids looking for a lawn to mow. And it is so true. I'll like be looking around the house for him, and then I see, where is he? On a ladder somewhere outside, fixing something. Ugh, swoon. Swoon. And he did something recently that he is so proud of. I have this walking gate, what is it called? A pedestrian gate? Like a walking gate up to my house. And it has like a keypad lock, and it hasn't worked at all. It just never worked. And he went down there, he opened it up, saw that the wiring was wrong, rewired it. Works perfectly now, and he's so proud of himself. I mean, I'm totally blown away. I find it very impressive, but he's proud of himself to the point of, like, he woke me up in the middle of the night and was like, babe, huh? What? Babe, remember when I rewired that front gate? It was amazing. I go, yeah, it was amazing. It reminds me of, I think it was like our first episode. Remember when I told you he had like trimmed down his pubes early in our relationship, and I requested that he grow them out because they were like so stubbly. And then he grew them out, and he was very proud of it and how silky and soft they were. And we would pretend he was on his deathbed, and he'd be like, babe, my pubes, they're so soft. I did good, right? You did great. I'd be at his bedside. They're the softest. I did good, didn't I? You did great. We do a lot of reenactments or enactments. Chew on that. Let's get some calls.
You left me a message. Now I'm playing it for the world. Let's hear some voicemail.
Hey, Sarah, this is Josh in Oregon. You had a caller a while back who talked about thinking about some of our the things that we're entitled to that we pay for through our taxes, not as free, but as included. And I think that's really important. I think that a lot of things get lost in verbiage, and a lot like defund the police, where it not only gets lost or confused, it becomes weaponized by either side, and there's a lot of intentional misunderstanding. One thing that I always think about is healthcare. A lot of people talk about healthcare as a right, and I don't think it is. I don't think you ever have the right to someone else's labor or their work. And it'd be like me coming up to you on the street and saying, "Make me laugh. I have a right to happiness. Tell me jokes. Make me laugh. That's my right." And it just isn't. The people who provide healthcare deserve to be compensated. So I think we need to start thinking about healthcare not as a right, but as a benefit of our society, as a responsibility of our system. we pay taxes in, we deserve to get things out, and healthcare is an important one of those. Anyway, thanks a lot. Appreciate your nuance. Appreciate the thought that you put into the things you say. Have a good day.
Yeah, that's great. It is true that it's important. It really makes a difference, the way we see things, the way we frame things. And I remember that caller, and it's true, I agree with him. Thinking of things like healthcare and education as things that should be included in what we get from paying our taxes. Yeah, our taxes should cover education and healthcare. It certainly covers war. Seems to me that if corporations and the uber wealthy paid their fair share in taxes, like just the same percentage as your server from Applebee's, these things would be far beyond possible. Yeah, I agree. That's interesting. Thanks. What else? What else?
Hi, Sarah. Love your show. Been listening for a long time. You get me through so many nights when I have trouble sleeping. I just enjoy everything about your show. You're the sweetest person. Just curious. I want to know where you stand on nudism and upfront, legitimate, background check, pool parties with people of like minds who just like to be in the buff and hike and bike and go to the pool and swim. I'm having a little problem compromising on this, and I've been married a long time, and I'm older, so part of me is like, you know what, just do it for him. But then part of me is like, no, I don't even like to walk around like that at home. But anyway, just wondering what you feel about that, how you feel about that yourself, and if you would compromise for someone else, like Rory, on it. Okay, thanks. I look forward to hearing back from you.
I have follow-up questions. I don't know. I don't really have opinions on this. I might walk around the house with like a t-shirt and then just nothing else, no pants or underwear, just to let my vagina breathe in my own home. But I'm not someone with like a nudist mindset. I don't know that I would want him to like sit on the furniture. I mean, just because our vulvas and our assholes are like portals to the inside of our wet bodies. They're like open. They're openings. I don't know what my point is. All right, what I'm understanding is your partner is a nudist or wants to be a nudist or live in a nudist colony, or like, and that you are uncomfortable with it. Do you both have to do that? I mean, of course, I think that he should be free to express himself any way he wants to, the way he sees fit within the parameters of the law, I guess. I don't know that this is something that you need to adopt yourself or adapt to. He's asking you to also do it, or just be fine with him doing it. That's what I would need to know. It's funny because Rory and I are both at a place in our lives where like I sleep often in like a soft bra, just because I sleep on my side and my like heavy Jewish boobs dangle down, and it hurts, and I feel like they're stretching, I like feeling them close. Not like a bra. It doesn't feel like a harness, but just like kind of a soft, keeping them in one place. And Rory, too, has been taken to sleeping in tighty whities just to have like keep all his shit in one place. You know what I mean? I mean, do whatever's comfortable for you. It sounds like something in any relationship that needs to be like something like in any relationship that would need to be negotiated or worked out, It needs to be figured out together between the two of you. I would say unless he has the most immaculate asshole in the world, maybe have him sit on a towel. Here's some ads. Simply Safe. There is Big news from my favorite home security company. Simply Safe just launched their new wireless outdoor security camera. This brand new outdoor security camera is engineered with all of the advanced tech and security features you want and need to help keep you and your loved ones safe. It has an ultra-wide 140-degree field of view, so you can watch over your entire yard. It has 1080p HD resolution with an 8 times zoom. That means you can zoom in and clearly see things like faces and license plates. I've given Simply Safe to friends, and they love it. Just like their other camera, it's so easy to set up, it only takes minutes. And it has an easy-to-remove rechargeable battery, so it doesn't need an outlet, and it can go anywhere on your property. To learn more about the exciting new Simply Safe wireless outdoor security camera, visit simplysafe.com/Silverman. What's more, Simply Safe is celebrating this new camera by offering 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service free when you enroll in interactive monitoring. Again, that's simplysafe.com/Silverman. The Way Out. The Way Out is a groundbreaking book that introduces a new mind-body approach to healing chronic pain. Rooted in neuroscience and backed by research, The Way Out teaches readers how to rewire their brains to break out of the chronic pain cycle. I have struggled with back pain for most of my life. And yes, the Sarno book did help, but it still goes out. It still has pain. And this book has really helped me. It's really about the mind-body connection and the control your brain has over your body and how you can manipulate that. The treatment this book offers was recently tested in a study at the University of Colorado, and 66% of chronic pain patients were either pain-free or nearly pain-free after just 4 weeks. Annie Grace says, quite possibly the most important pain book ever written. The Way Out is available wherever books are sold. And we're back.
Hi, Sarah. My name's Ian. I'm a big fan of yours. I love your comedy. I love your point of view of the world, and I like that you are open to changing your opinion about things. I wanted to reach out to you and ask what you do to help relieve your anxiety. Do you have any mantras or any things that you do to reduce your anxiety? I'm starting a new job soon, and my anxiety is pretty high, and I'm just looking for ways to help minimize it. Thanks.
I struggle with anxiety too. And I will tell you that sometimes what I do is I'll do anything proactive I can do to be prepared for whatever it is I'm anxious about. That always alleviates it in a tangible way. It alleviates anxiety. And beyond that, it's really just trying to stay in the moment. And I'm laughing because it sounds corny, but it's real, you know, to just ask yourself in an anxious moment, wait a minute, am I okay in this moment? Yeah, I'm fine in this moment. You know, anxiety is when you say, what if? What if I never write another joke? What if I never fall in love again? What if I am bad at my job? What if people hate me? What if I never find somebody, to date or, it's worrying about the future because it's the unknown. That's anxiety. Depression is when you dwell on the past. And so the only option is to be in the present, which is a practice, of course. No one's perfect at it. But to say, okay, I'm anxious about this thing that's coming up. So what can I do to prepare for this? So do everything you can to be prepared and proactive to mitigate those stresses and any anxiety and stress beyond that. That's your brain fucking you. Take a breath and just be in this one moment right now. Are you okay right now? You okay right now? All right. That's what I do. All right. What else?
Hi, Sarah. You are super awesome. You look great in fishnets, and I would love your thoughts on something. I've worked in the service industry for 15 years, and I finally got a job that I love, working in a genetics lab.
Wow.
And the weird thing is, most of my friends and family have been kind of shitting on this accomplishment. you know, saying things like they wish that they could afford to make less money and do something they enjoy, which I know most of them could. They just choose not to because, as you've mentioned on your show, people prioritize wealth over most other things in this country. And even my dad the other day said, you know, you'd make more if you worked at McDonald's. And, you know, sad to think that he'd rather me be slinging frozen meat and hating my life if it meant I made a couple more dollars an hour. My point is, I'm going to continue to choose happiness over money. I wish they could too. And I know you've mentioned the wealth obsession on your show, so I thought you might have some opinions.
Yeah, gosh. I'm assuming they aren't like actually having trouble making ends meet. I certainly am inferring that from what you said. And so when they say, I wish I could make less money for a job I love, maybe say, you can. Drive a shittier car. Take the bus. These are choices. Or you could say, oh, I wish you could too. It's wonderful. You know, I'm sorry that it bums you out, and I hope that it doesn't really affect your happiness. I find that wealthier people complain about money more than anyone. Obviously, there's poverty and there are people who are having trouble making ends meet. That's a completely different thing. Once you can make ends meet and you're beyond that, what you choose, you're making choices, you know? But I'm proud of you, and I think it's awesome that you're doing something that you're passionate about. I will say, you know, there's a waiter, a server at the Hollywood Improv named Antonio, who has been there for 30 plus years, more. And he's beloved. And they have tried to promote him constantly over these years. And he doesn't want to. He loves being a server. He loves being in the kitchen. He loves being with the people. He loves the human contact. He enjoys it. I mean, they've told me like he could be running the Improv by now easily, but it's just not, that is not what would make him happy. And he's aware of what makes him happy. And I just find that inspiring. I think he has a more, you know, work to live approach to life than live to work. But I think that's really cool and really beautiful, and good for you. I'm proud of you.
Hi, Sarah. So I was calling to let you know how much I love everything you do. You're so funny and you really just crack me up. But I also wanted to call to see how you felt about my life. I hate politics. I don't find myself on either party. Both parties have their flaws. Both parties can be right sometimes. You know, I don't believe one party is the solution. But my problem is that my entire family is conservative, Republican, or on the right. And that's really frustrating because they are all pretty extreme about it. They all believe what they believe. There's no changing their minds. And most of them are of the mindset that if you don't agree with them on even just one thing, they will blacklist you and they will treat you like crap. And it's really frustrating. Well, and then on top of it, my biological mom and her girlfriend are both very extreme right. And her kids are too. And it's really scary because they have some intense, scary, strange beliefs. And they are gay. And somehow, being gay, they love Trump and they are Republican and conservative. And it just blows my mind. And I just want to know how you feel about that.
I'm totally stunned. Wow. I don't know what the answer is, doll. All I can say is that the ideal scenario is if you disagree politically with your family, that you can still love each other and hang out together and just not talk about politics. But if that cannot be so, there is an option to just detach with love. And, you're an adult. You make the family you make. You make your family of your friends and the people that you love and stuff. I'd hate for you to pretend you agree with them just to get along, but also that is an option. I mean, my best friend got married, and the ceremony, a priest married, they're not religious at all, but a priest married them, and there was all this God stuff in the ceremony. And I asked him about it after, and he goes, well, what do I care? It's for my parents. I mean, like, weddings are for your parents, and I totally got it, and it was a lovely gesture for him to do that. He doesn't care either way, and it meant something to them. But I am flummoxed. On the one hand, it is nice, when a gay couple goes against stereotypes. This is a real lesson that I've been stereotyping the LGBTQAI++ community as liberal. That piece of it is cool, I guess. It's a good lesson that, just because you are gay does not mean you're not an asshole. I mean, I'm sure they're lovely, but anyway, I hope that was helpful in any way. I'm sorry you're going through this.
Here's some ads.
Chime, baby. No one needs to be kicked while they're down. And when your online checking account balance is running low, the last thing you need is a $33 overdraft fee. Now you deserve to have financial peace of mind. Join the millions of Americans already loving Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and does not affect your credit score. Get started today at chime.com/Sarah. That's chime.com/Sarah. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. Chime member overdraft fee savings based on eligible members' use of SpotMe v. $33 average overdraft fee. Overdraft fee data based on bank rate checking account survey and CRL June 2020 overdraft fees report. Canva. Making content is an essential part of what I do to keep this show going. And with Instagram and Twitter and now TikTok, sometimes I don't know the best way to make my social posts pop. It's a lot to keep up with. But I've just found out about Canva Pro, and I can't wait to use it. Canva Pro is a design platform that empowers you to create and share stunning content in just a few clicks. Designing with Canva Pro is so fast and fun. Choose from thousands of templates that are easy to customize with simple drag and drop features, or start from scratch. Canva Pro has endless premium fonts, photos, videos, and so much more that add personality and edge to whatever you're designing. There are tons of templates to get you started for all your Instagram posts. There's a lot to explore, and I think it would be great, especially for people with their own small business or anyone who's just getting a message out there with flair. Design like a pro with Canva Pro. Right now, you can get a free 45-day extended trial when you use my promo code. Just go to canva.me/Sarah to get your free 45-day extended trial. That's canva.me/Sarah. Canva.me/Sarah.
And we're back.
Hey, Sarah, my name is Blake, and my question is about evangelical Christianity and how I have this unmitigated rage towards it that I really want to let go of, but am really struggling, even as a almost 34-year-old male, to let go of. I was raised in an evangelical church, and it only started to really come to light the past 2 years just how much that affected me, and how there was so much more trauma than I could have understood. And it feels like the biggest thing that the biggest symptom of that trauma is this rage that I have towards all of it. And it doesn't matter how many AA meetings I go to. It doesn't matter how many meditations I do or how many morning pages I do. I just can't seem to shake it. And I just wondered if you had any advice on how to let go of that kind of really powerful anger. Thanks.
It's a really good question. A really good question. I can say stuff that will maybe be helpful, but I struggle with it too. I'm not a lapsed evangelical Christian, but with rage and letting go. And here's the thing. I'm very good at intellectualizing this stuff in ways that make perfect sense. For instance, here with you, I would say, how is this rage serving you? It's not. Who is it hurting? Only yourself. But does intellectualizing it make your rage go away? It seems like it's not. Feels like you already understand all that stuff. But you still feel it. I get stuck in that too. Sometimes seeing it with a new perspective makes stuff like that, breaks it down and helps it dissipate, and disintegrate even, but sometimes reasoning and analyzing just doesn't help. Sometimes it doesn't help. Sometimes it doesn't work, not always, especially with rage. I wish I had the answer for you. I could try to talk it through right now, maybe. I have misophonia, which is sound sensitivity, and it causes rage. I mean, it's really embarrassing. It's if you don't have it, it's very hard to understand it because it sounds so silly. It's like when someone explains an awful nightmare that doesn't sound that awful, but it was so scary in their during their sleep. If I have any stress in my body at all, I get very sound sensitive, and the sound of just wrappers crinkling or pens clicking or someone chewing spirals me into a chemical rage. I mean, when it happens, if I can't take myself out of the situation, I'm really fucked, because I plead with myself, I reason with myself, I can intellectualize it, but it does not quell this rage. It's just like a chemical rage. And I've learned the only real thing I can do is take myself out of the situation. And even then I have to kind of cool down a little bit. I'm not clear what that was just an example of rage that I have a very hard time controlling. All I can try to do is keep my stress levels down and take myself out of the situation if it happens. But I'm equating that to, I don't know what your trauma is, so it might be very insulting, like I don't know if you were molested or in the church, or if that you just feared hellfire, which is also terrifying, for years and years until you realized it was bullshit. I can't really gauge, but hey, you're still really young. You are. And taking a page from religion, I'd say maybe it all happened when it was supposed to, and not a minute too soon or too late. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Sometimes, and you say you're in AA, just surrendering to it. This is what is. This is what is. That helps me a lot. This is just what is. So, regrets, I have a few. I have regrets. I think of all the red flags I saw in relationships and still stayed in them for years longer than I should have. Years I cannot get back. But I just don't want to waste any more time being mad. I think that was something I knew I didn't want to be, was bitter. You know, I'm in comedy, and comedy is, I have so much love for it, and comedians are such a special kind of person. And it's beautiful, and we have a special bond, but there's a lot of bitterness. I've seen a lot of bitterness in my world, and I knew I didn't want that. I've seen so many bitter people in my life. Bitter people. They're so bitter. Their entire personhood is defined as bitter. I didn't want to be that. I don't want to be that. So I work hard to understand it, but I've got my moments. You know, I think when people ask me advice and I've got thoughts to offer, it's not because I've got it all figured out at all. It's because I spent my life trying to figure this stuff out, and I still am. I need this. It's like with Gary Shandling. You know, Gary, he was a Buddhist, a very Zen, you know, he was a Buddhist, and he was very generous with what he learned. He was a very willing mentor, but he didn't not struggle with anxiety or jealousy or insecurity or all those things. He studied Buddhism because he needed it. And everything he learned the hard way, he passed to us on a silver platter. And his, I remember at his memorial, and I think I've said this before, you know, a friend was like, who's going to be our Gary now? And we were like, oh, I think we have to be the Gary now for other people. So here we are with me trying to be Gary for you. But gosh, I don't know how to help you let go. I offer these things, you know, but I struggle with it too. Beyond intellectually, you know, I don't know. But if you find out, call back and let me know. What else?
Hi, Sarah. It's Jackie, your friend you haven't met yet. I'm so glad you're vegan. I'm also vegan. I was wondering what some of your favorite vegan foods are, and what some of your favorite vegan restaurants are in LA. I've been a fan of yours forever, but my favorite thing you've ever done is Wreck-It Ralph 2. I love that movie so much. It makes me cry every time. Anyway, you're awesome and wonderful and beautiful and nice and smart. Have a good day.
Hi, thank you. That made me feel good. I feel like a fraud, though. I've been slipping on the vegan front. I haven't had eggs. I haven't had things with dairy in it, really, I don't think. I've had a little bit of cheese. I don't feel good about it, but I'm trying. Oh, that was really nasal. I'm trying. Hi, I'm Anne Pomeroy. Oh, I've been really liking Follow Your Heart brand. Their cheese is I find to be the most cheese-like. And I love Kite Hill cream cheese. Rory and I both enjoy the Kite Hill cream cheese, which I have to remember to say right because we call it Katie Hill. We got to get more Katie Hill. LA restaurants I like that are vegan. There are so many. I like M Cafe, Real Food Daily, Cafe Flore, Sage. I love this place, Pura Vida, but it's fucking expensive. Good on you, bad on me. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing all right. Don't tell PETA. All right, what else?
Hey, Sarah. I'm 26 years old, and going through a divorce, which maybe isn't as uncommon as it feels like, but it feels weird because I got in the relationship that I eventually married into when I was 15, and my spouse was 8 years my senior, and we didn't have the term being groomed when it was happening to me, and people were also a lot harsher to me than my partner while it was happening to me. And I feel like it's something I can't really speak out about now, mostly because I'm not really trying to get anyone in trouble over it. I feel like the only reason to speak out now is to cancel people, which really isn't my MO.
Yeah.
But it does feel a little unfair that I feel a little bit locked in this emotional trauma and don't know where to go with it.
I mean, that's terrible, you know. And yeah, I'm sure she was vilified for dating, for being 15 and dating a guy in his 20s. And, you know, yeah. The 15-year-old is the seductress. But, wow, it's really interesting. And I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate what you said. You know, I don't think there's much to say other than talk about it and get help however you can. And what you now realize about those years and that marriage is amazing. You know, that you're seeing this from a new perspective, and that's really good, you know. You owe no shame, feelings of shame to this. And I'm sure you know that. And you know, what you realize about it now and what you see now and what happened, that does not have to define you by any means. You're really smart to want to deal with it so that you can move on with your life. This is not going to define you. You got this. You sound really bright and you're thinking about it. You're living an examined life. And so you're doing great. Keep doing this. And you're going to move on. And all those things will be a part of you, part of your experience. It's a arsenal of knowledge and experience that you can draw on. And I think you're going to find a way for it to serve you and not paralyze you, you know? Smart cookie, I think. You got it. You got this. I hope that was helpful. What else?
Hey, Sarah.
Hey.
Quick question. I'm just going to get right into it. This is the question. If a friend confides in you with a secret, is it or is it not okay to tell your significant other? As in, is it okay to share that secret with your partner, whether it be your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is? Is it okay? Because a lot of people seem to think it's okay. Okay? But on the other end, my opinion is, no, it's not okay to share that secret with your significant other. That person confided in you. I mean, unless they told you, like, yeah, hey, if you feel free to tell your husband or wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, that's a different story. But if they confided in you, I don't think it's okay for you to, like, oh, hey, honey, yeah, today I hung out with Sarah and she told me that she spilled all her Vagisil on the carpet and didn't tell so-and-so. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I just think, that's a silly secret, but if they confided in you, you shouldn't be telling anybody, period. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Anyways, love you, Sarah. I fucking love you.
Fucking told you that in confidence about spilling all my Vagisil on the carpet. That sounds like a difficult mistake to make. Like spilling, spilling Vagisil, you'd have to somehow like squeeze the tube and work it down to the bottom. Can you spill Vagisil? That's the question. All right. Keeping friends' secrets and not telling your partner. I guess it depends on who the person who told you the secret is and who your partner is. Of course, I am good at keeping secrets. I can contain myself. Sometimes I'll ask, can I tell Rory? Sometimes I'll ask the person, I go, can I tell Rory if he doesn't tell anybody? I get permission, yes or no. And there are some people and some secrets that I deem tell Roryable on my own. Because he won't tell anyone, or I know he doesn't care enough to tell anyone. And I trust him. That person trusted me. But I agree, yes, keep secrets. That actually doesn't sound healthy without context. Keep secrets. What else?
Hi, Sarah. I just wonder if you have any advice on how to start the conversation for telling my parents that I'm gay. I've realized it's getting kind of ridiculous that I haven't told them yet, because it's been a few years and of me dating women, and I know that they're going to be supportive and it's going to be fine. And the only reason why I haven't done it is because I don't know how to bring it up, and I don't live at home. So it's just whenever I'm visiting, I don't know how to go, so, by the way, I'm gay, which I think that's how I have to do it.
I think so.
It just feels so out of the blue and like such a thing to just lay on the table. While one of the main reasons why I also haven't told them is because I've never really considered it to be that big of a deal for me. You know, I don't need a big coming out of the closet thing as much as I just want to let them know that I'm not just dating men. But yeah, I don't know if you have any advice. Thanks.
I think you do exactly that. I think you're right. Just like, you know, next time you go home, you give them a hug and go, "Hey, I'm gay. Mwah. Hi, mom, I'm gay. Mwah." I mean, you know, just rip off the Band-Aid. You rip off a Band-Aid when the wound is healed. Rip it off. It's a celebration, and be open to them and reacting however they do. I mean, I'm sure, like you say, they'll be fine. You know, they'll be happy that if you're happy. You know, I have a sister who's gay, and I have the most liberal parents, and it took her a beat. It took her a beat to come out, and it was fine. They were so thrilled that she found love, you know, and my dad was so excited one of his kids was gay. And her partner is my parents' favorite daughter, and I actually know that because that's what they call her. But mostly I think you should tell them because it really sounds like you want to tell them. It sounds like you love your parents and you want them to be a part of your experiences, and that's the best. So good on you. That's really nice. And good luck. And yeah, I think you know exactly what to do. Just throw it out there. All right, what else?
Sup, Silverman. I have loved you since seeing you on Mr. Show in the late 90s. Mm-hmm. I adore you. I don't really have a question. But I just want to thank you for making one of the best Christmas songs ever, Give the Jew Girl Toys.
I hate to say it, Santa, but you're acting like a dick.
It's so fun. I love playing it for my Midwestern waspy family during the holidays. I just want to expose maybe your younger fans to that song. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, is that it? Oh, thank you. It's, you know, I actually wrote it for for K-Rock, the radio station. They do like a Christmas or they did a Christmas album every year, and I got to write a song for it. And I was dating Jimmy Kimmel at the time. He used to be on K-Rock, and I must say he added some real good lines in that song. I do, if there's one thing about it that I feel guilty about it, there's a line that kind of knocks Tim Allen, and I've seen him at places here and there every once in a while, and I have like guilt pangs. Like, I'm sure he's not even aware of it, but like if he heard it, like it's just, I don't know, mean. It's just like the song is "Give the Jew girl toy," like I want toys too on Christmas. Like, why can't I have toys too or whatever? And then it's a song to Santa, talking to Santa, and then I say Schindler, something like Schindler had a list too. Liam Neeson played him. Tim Allen plays you. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I felt bad about it. I feel bad about it. But I was so excited. I thought maybe I'd have a Christmas song on my hands. It would get played every year, but I don't think it does. And we made a video for it, and Zach Galifianakis played Santa. It had some good lines in it. Dad, this is the time of the show where I'm going to say it. You can't stop me. I'm going to say it. Subscribe, rate, and review. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And check us out on YouTube if you like watching it with your stupid eyes, with your sense of sight. All right. Bye.
Hey, I wanna.
Hey!
Bye.
Hey, ya fucker!
Subscribe here so you don't miss an episode. And you can click here to watch the last episode if you missed it.